Welcome to season highlights of The Shift with Rach Ivers. Over the course of this year, I've had the privilege of talking to some exceptional leaders and founders from government to Fortune 500 to exciting startups. And this highlights episode features Tolu Adebekun and what he learned from his mentor at Sky after 12 years and the harsh lessons he learned about leadership from the age of 17. Enjoy.
So when I was in college, I was part of Young Enterprise, which is where a group of students start a business together. And I went for the managing director and I got it. And so I thought, this is amazing, this is great. But then a few months in, there was a bit of a coup and the guy who I'd beat for managing director kind of usurped me and took over from my position. And he was only able to do that because, to be honest, I was a terrible managing director. I thought that, once I had the role, that was kind of it. But I didn't realize that I actually had to be a good leader and I didn't really know what that meant. So that really sparked something for me because firstly, I had to really humble myself and start serving the guy who I'd first beat, but he's now beat me. And that was interesting enough by itself. But then I also realized that, I need to grow in my leadership. And that really started a journey for me, kind of from when I was probably 17 until, ongoing now.
So in terms of growing in your leadership skills, what did that mean for you within Young Enterprise?
I think that first it meant learning how to be a follower, so learning how to take someone else's lead. Because if I think back, there had been a lot of positions in life, whether through basketball or through different things, where I'm usually kind of in the front leading. So learning how to lead, how to follow was really important for me. And then I think understanding people, because one of the things that I realized was that if everybody had voted against me continuing to be managing director, that must have meant that there were things that they were thinking, things that they were feeling that I wasn't aware of. And I think this is where emotional intelligence became really important for me, because if you're leading people and you don't understand what's going on in their heads, you're in a lot of trouble. So that was also a really big thing for me, was understanding people, being able to ask the right questions and get to know what's going on in people's heads.
So who has influenced your shift in leadership journey along the way?
When I was at Sky, I had the privilege of working for someone called Wayne Butler. And Wayne is originally South African, moved to the UK, has had some really amazing roles. Barclays for the big diamond guy, Neil or Bob. But he just knew so much about leadership and how to manage up, how to manage across, and also how to manage your team. And so he just taught me so much through my career. He managed me for probably 7 or 8 years out of my 12, 13-year career. He's a master of understanding people's motivations and aligning them all together in the right direction for the company. So not in a selfish direction that just serves us as a team, but what's actually good for the business and how do we get everybody's motivations aligned so that people feel like it's a win-win situation, so that sometimes you are going to have to sacrifice things as a team or other teams. But if you can get people to understand why we're sacrificing these things, and at the end, it's going to be better for all of us. He really taught me about how to get understanding of people's motivations and align them for the greater good.
That was just one of many moments from a much bigger conversation I had with Tolu Adebekun back in May. You can catch the full episode if you search The Shift with Rach Ivers on Spotify, YouTube or Apple. Please do follow me on LinkedIn if you want to hear more of these highlights of the season, and also be sure to subscribe to The Shift with Rach Ivers for more conversations with inspiring leaders. Let me know how you get on.